Hello and welcome to Heron Hospital episode 6, where we do a lot of stuff related to sanding and fiberglassing. So after we got Wiwirri all fiberglassed and peel plied and epoxied, we went out and we peeled the peel ply off, and it almost felt like I was skinning my boat alive. And so now in this incredible found footage, I am using a chisel to cut off the excess fiberglass.
You might be aware that the Australian Wooden Boat Festival is coming up in February next year, 2023, and we are taking Heron Hospital live to the festival. And we found a beautiful heron to bring down to the festival so that you can all join us and get your hands dirty, getting right into the herons and restoring this beautiful boat, fresh from the 60s. She's going to be stunning and she'll be restored to her original glory, so no chainsaws, Anthony. I hope you can all join us down on the lawns at Parliament House in Hobart in February 2023 for the Australian Wooden Boat Festival.
And now we head over to Dynamite Jack, where we ripped out the auto balers and we had to fill the holes back in, which involved a lot of planing pieces of wood. And don't tell anyone, but I think I did it better than Anthony. Doing this was a long process because we had to sit there with the sandpaper and the little bits of plywood, and we had to cut the little bits of plywood out. Then we had to sand the edges down on the boat and on the plywood so they would fit together perfectly like a sandwich. We had to screw the repairs in after we had sanded it and epoxied it so that they would actually sit there until the epoxy dried so they wouldn't just pop off. And while I was at school for the day, Mum and Anthony crept around behind my back and fiberglassed Dynamite Jack without me. Can you believe that? And now I know the part you guys have all been looking forward to. Back to Wiwirri. So to get Wiwirri all nice and paint worthy, we had to do a lot of filling and sanding, and it became such a pain by the end of it because we had to sand for ages, and sanding is the worst.
And it's not over yet. There's more sanding to do, but at least now she is undercoated.
Yay. She looks really nice undercoated. And yesterday we continued working on her mast, and I think that the glue repairs that Mum did on the splits have turned up really well, and it looks very nice varnished so far.
On Heron Hospital, what are you doing?
I am fitting a stroker crank to a 302 Windsor to measure up and notch the bottom of the cylinders. Hammer them in.
How's it coming on?
I don't know, I just started.
Looks nice and shiny and smooth. Just lightly with the brush or the whole thing will fall off. It's not bad considering how it was in really bad shape, eh? It's funny, it's all smooth to touching it. You can see all of the hundreds of dents and dings where someone's whacked it with ropes and cleats and pulleys and things.
What are cleats again?
The things you use to jam the ropes to stop them from, running away.
Also rope jammer.
Soundtrack brought to you by Luca's father. That was the worst of the dings. It's come up pretty good.
Yes.
Well, it's a wet and rainy day tomorrow, so we'll come in again and do another coat of varnish on Wiwirri's mast, which Luca has sanded all himself and is coming up really well. And then we'll go through and we will do a bit of sanding to flatten out all of the little bumps on Wiwirri. So she's had her undercoat on and we just need to do a little bit of wet and dry and patching up. There's water on her too because it's raining. There's the man himself. You looking forward to tomorrow?
Huh?
Looking forward to tomorrow?
I am. No.
No? Lots of sanding?
Yes. I don't like sand. It's the most boring part of boat building.
It is.
Repairing.
But it's necessary, hey?
Yep.
Oh well. That's okay. Imagine what it'll be like to say you've done it.
Yeah, it'll be good. Can you flip this open or something?
Mum went out to the garage and marked up Wiwirri's rudder by drawing little lines all around it so she knew where to sand, because I didn't end up doing any of it because the dust kept going in my eyes and I didn't like it.
Slacker!
Yep. I'm owning it. And yeah, I think the rudder ended up looking really nice.
This is the first rudder blade that we did for Amazing Grace that's been shaped and then scraped and shaped and scraped and is ready for its undercoating. And here is Wiwirri's rudder, ready for belt sanding.
And I promise I'll do some more next weekend.
I'm pretty sure the way that Anthony tested me to see whether or not I was worth investing some time in was to tell me that the only way to do a rudder was buy something called a torture board, which was where you glue sandpaper onto a long plank and then slowly by hand grind the rudder blade down into a shape that you want. So recently he springs on me that actually the better way to do it is a belt sander.
Sorry, Anthony, if this all sounds a little passive-aggressive to you. So the rudder ended up looking very nice, actually. Thanks, Mum. It ended up having a nice, smooth aeroplane shape, so it can glide through the water like a fishy.
Well, because of the incident, when Luca sailed Wiwirri for the very first time with the rudder, we've decided to put a lot of fibreglass on this one.
Hey, just because I broke one rudder doesn't mean that I'm going to break another one.
Yeah.
It probably does mean that I will break another one.
One layer of really thick ply fiberglass, and another layer of 200 grams, which is the same as we put on the hull.
Looks nice now. It kind of looks like it's been varnished, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm happy with the actual shape. So that's another episode of Heron Hospital nearly done and dusted. This is a summary of about 6 weeks worth of work with so much sanding edited out. Hey, Luca, anything left to say?
I got a lot of snarky remarks about sanding.
I'm sure you do. But anyway, we thought that you might like to see the finished product of the rudder. So here it is.
There's actually still one whole side left to go.
Yeah, there is. We'll flip it over after we've trimmed off the excess there. But here is a reminder of Wiwirri in her former glory and what we hope to restore her to very soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.